So we're going to making matted ball. We're going to be needing fishing line 0.35 fishing line, not elastic fishing line, 0.35, because I'm working with this crystal beads. So I'm going to start by adding 4 beads into our fishing line. So first, I'm going to cut a short, but not too short, zero length, because this is what we are making. I'm making these balls. Okay, so I'm going to start by adding 4 beads. So here I have my 4 beads. Then I'll be raising one or moving one towards the other end of the fishing line this way. So that makes it 3. That means I'm having 3, and then I'm having the 4th one. Okay, so the 4th one is closer to the end of the other side of the fishing line, while I'll be bringing forward the other side of the fishing line. We have 2 ends of the fishing line, one on the left, one on the right. So I have the 4th one close to the tip of the left hand side, while I'm passing through my fishing line on the right hand side into the bead. So we call this process interlock. We call it interlock. So here I have, this is what I'm going to be having now. So I started by adding 3 beads, then the 4th one I moved it up to the end, towards the end of one fishing line, or front side of the fishing line, and then I interlock the other one. So to continue now, I'm going to add 1 bead on both sides. Here I have 1 bead on the left, 1 bead on the right, 1 bead on the left, 1 bead on the right. I'm going to be adding a 3rd one now to interlock again. So here's the 3rd one I'm adding. I just added now. So don't forget to continue 1 bead to the right, 1 bead to the left, and then a 3rd one to interlock. So to interlock again, what you're going to do, you move the 3rd one towards the end of the of one end, towards the end of the fishing line, and then the 2nd end of the fishing line, you pass it inward into the beads. So we have our second interlock now. We have our second interlock. So now we have 2 steps. You count by counting the end of the bead. So we have 1, we have 2. So you're making the 3rd one now. So again, you add 1 on both sides again. You add 1 fishing line to the left, 1 bead to the left, 1 bead to the right this way. So again, you add another 3rd bead, and then you do the same interlock again. So you bring forward the other end of the fishing line and pass it into your beads, into the bead this way. So now I have my 3rd interlock. So again, how we count, or how do we count? So we count the sides of the bead. We have 1, we have 2, we have 3. So to make a matted ball, we are going to be adding 1 again on the left side, 1 bead again on the right side, So now the magic will happen now. We want to make a matted ball. So we have 1 bead to the left, 1 bead to the right. We're going to interlock with the very first bead we added, which is this lower one, which means we're now adding extra beads now. We're going to be interlocking with this very first one that we added, the middle bead there. So you're going to pass one end of your fishing line into the bead this way, and then you tie with the other end, which is the right hand side now. So which means if you are passing the fishing line on the right into the bead, you're going to be tying with the left side. So here's our ball. So again, you tie 3 times, you tie 3 times, you tie 3 times or 4 times. And also don't forget that after every knot you pull. When you pull, the knot will get tinier, and then it will be invincible. So that way. So for some of us that knows how to pass our beads, so this is the time you pass your bead away from the knot. Like I advise, you pass your fishing line at opposite sides. You don't pass both fishing line, both ends. Of course, we have 2 ends of our fishing line. We have 1 and we have 2. We have 2 ends of the fishing line. So it's advisable to pass both ends at opposite direction. This allows the knot to stay intact. The fishing line won't meet up with one another, and then it will be so difficult for it to get to loose. I hope you understand that. So let me pause that to do that. So I have the first fishing line towards this end and the second fishing line towards this end. So I'm going to cut both now. I'm going to cut both ends of the fishing line. So most what we do with this in class is to make a fancy earring out of this, or if you're using a bigger bead like this, you could use it as a key holder. So for the since we have more time on our hands this holiday, so we are going to be working with this. So you can make as many balls as you can. Then turn it into a necklace, into a set of jewelry, necklace, earring, and then of course the bangle if you're interested in it. So here are my balls. So again, while working with this, we also need some beads to combine with the balls. So for this class, I have 4 types of beads that could work perfectly well with this combination. So which means I could add pink and white, pink and pink, pink and gold, or pink and this shade of gold. So again, what even determines what color of accessories you're going to be using as if to complement our dressing. The first thing to look out for is what you are wearing. So if you have several colors on your fabrics, on your dress, then you pick an outstanding color, to use as an accessory, which accessory could mean your necklace, could mean your bag and shoes. So again, sometimes we combine our necklace and bag and shoe with our head gel for our mummies if they are tying head gel. So but if you are wearing a plain dress, then you could also use a multicolored necklace, or you could mix 2 or more colors together just to complement what we are wearing. I hope that is clear. So for this class now, since I'm working with this, I could decide to combine these balls with this, with this, with this, or with this. So I would love to know what color combination you think is right. Let's arrange our beads. So I'm going to start all of this ball as O. Just make sure that you are passing your fishing line straight through a hole on the upper part down to the lower part. So because the ball has to be balanced inside the fishing line. Okay, so if you are team white, so you could use your white immediately after this. So we have this, then you continue arranging your beads. Make sure that the bead is sitting evenly. That means from a hole on the upper part down to the lower part. Just pick a hole and then you continue this way. And then if you are team pink, you could do this and then you continue. So you can maintain one single color of beads, or you just play with the colors and then you know what you want to achieve with it. Like I said, your outfit really determines how best to design your work. So before we start any project, you already know what you want to use it for. So we have this, and then if you're team gold, if it's gold you want to use on it. So with this, look at this. Look at it. You could also you can also keep alternating these colors this way, so that you can wear this on a gold dress, on a pink dress, and of course on a sorry, on the white dress as well. So you could then I continue with white again. You just play around colors, play around designs, and then you choose whichever suits you. So I go this way. So I'll continue inserting my beads, continue inserting beads, and go with pink again, and then pick another ball that way, and then I go with gold. So don't forget, you can maintain pink, you can maintain gold, you can maintain white, whichever way you want it. So look at this. This is what I have. For a young girl, the measurements will be 13-14 inches. So same way we measured our wrist, the same way we're going to measure our neck. You take your fishing line around the neck to tell where you want it to end. So for the other side of for the end of the line, you can just make it a single line and just arrange your beads down the line instead of adding extra ball, so it will sit properly on your neck and then it won't cause any discomfort. It won't cause any discomfort. And then if you like it all the way around, you want the ball all the way around, all you need to do is just to make more balls, to fit in your neck size, and that will be all. So the next class I'm going to be teaching how to perfectly add chain hook to our work. So here I have my necklace, and then I have 2 beads for my earrings, and then I have extra 3 to make my bangle. Of course, I'll be mixing these beads too. So we are going to begin the finishing during the next class. See you around.